Curriculum-based measurement of reading. Curriculum-based measures of reading, CBMR, are easy and efficient to perform and provide information that can inform instruction. Because reading is a capstone task, CBMR is considered a general outcome measure. CBMR measures oral reading fluency, a keystone task dependent upon elements of the Big Five reading skills: phonemic awareness, alphabetic principle, fluency, vocabulary, and comprehension. CBMR is a good predictor of overall reading skills. Gaddy, 2004, found that CBMR could make significant contributions to multidisciplinary team referral accuracy. Welch, 2004, demonstrated that oral reading fluency predicted LEAP ELA outcomes. Fourth grade students reading at or above an established benchmark of 70 words correct per minute were likely to meet LEAP criterion with a 75% probability. Those below the benchmark were not likely to meet criterion at an 85% probability. Witt, 2004, demonstrated that early detection and intervention of reading problems using a preventive CBM-based model, STEEP, could nearly restore a student's grade-level reading skills when initiated early, whereas the traditional wait-to-fail model of special education based upon discrepancies in a refer-test-place paradigm resulted in much smaller gains. Recall that standardization provides us with a set of rules, a protocol for conducting measurement. The standardization protocols for CBMR are based on logic and supported by research. As there are several entities providing CBMR materials and conducting this research, there are variations in standardization practices. This is not really the problem it might seem, as long as you consistently follow the standardization practices prescribed by the system you selected and document which system you used so others can understand how the data was collected, scored, and interpreted. Your text provides two versions of instructions for conducting CBMR on pages 36 and 37. Version 1 supplies the student with missed words. Version 2 does not supply the student with missed words. At LSUS, we use a protocol similar to version 2. In the rest of this presentation, the LSUS protocol will be featured. CBMR consists of oral reading fluency measures, which are a ratio of accuracy and time expressed as words read correctly in 1 minute, and MAVES, which is a comprehension measure where missing words are restored to text and expressed as words correctly restored in 3 minutes. So what do you need to conduct a CBMR? CBMR requires a series of grade-leveled reading passages, student and examiner copies. These are readily available commercially from Dibbles, AimsWeb, EduMark, or it's very easy to produce your own set of materials from your own curricular materials if you choose to do so. You need a set of standardized administration and scoring instructions. If you buy commercial packages of CBM probes, you'll find that they have a standardized protocol for you to follow. If you create your own, you can adopt a standardized protocol from any of the commercial products and use it successfully. You'll need a countdown timer that displays seconds. I recommend a countdown timer because as you're scoring the probe, you can't very easily watch the clock. So you want something that you can set for 1 minute and let it count down and signal when it's time to stop the student and calculate the performance. You'll also need a clipboard and a pencil in order to make it easy to hold on to your probe in a convenient location and mark it. You'll have a set of instructions, a standardized protocol for how to proceed. I've included on this slide the reading oral fluency instructions from a document created at LSUS by Dr. Kevin Jones on how we choose to conduct standardized reading measures. I'd like you to download that from Moodle, take a look at it, and use it throughout the scoring that you'll be doing today, because that's how the exemplars I'm going to show you were scored. The next 3 slides provide an exemplar of a 3rd grade student completing a CBMR measurement. You may need to pause between slides, back up, or repeat sections to get the full benefit. Download and print all your reading probes, 3.8, 3.9, 3.10, before proceeding. Follow along on slide 1. Listen to the reader, mark your probe, and observe how the reading probe was marked and scored by the administrator. I've given you an example of a marked probe for your first experience so that you can see how an experienced administrator interpreted or scored that student's reading. Slides 2 and 3 are for you to practice. Download the reading probes from Moodle. As you listen to the protocol or listen to the recording, mark your reading probes following the standardized procedures. Don't pause or stop during this exercise. Run your timer for 1 minute, because one of the things you do from your reading is you mark the end of the passage read or the words read by the student at the 1 minute mark. So pausing would mess that up. You may repeat this as many times as you want to until you're confident that you've scored the passages correctly. Once you've scored both of those probes, 3.9 and 3.10, report them on Moodle. I'll create a link where you can report your scores. All right, so now we're going to give you some exemplars to follow, these 3 slides. Remember that the reading starts as soon as the slide starts. So if you need to just hit pause and then restart, that's fine as you review them the first time. Don't pause while you're scoring, because you're going to be running a timer, making sure that you know how long or how far the student read in 1 minute.
Reading 1, Rack 3.8. It was the month of October. Liz liked October of many reasons. One reason she liked it was because of Halloween. Liz went to a Halloween haunted house every year. Someone told Lizzie that this year the haunted house was very spooky. Liz could not wait. That night, Liz bought her trigger and walked in the line, was screaming and airing at the same time. Falling, it was the turn to go, and she had... Stop. Good job. Story 2, Rack 3.9. It was morning and Janda jumped out of bed. She was going swimming today. She put on her swimsuit and ran outside, but instead of being warm outside, it was too cold to swim. Jana went back inside. She told her mom it was cold and there was nothing to do. Her mom told her not to waste the day. Jana pointed for a little light. She did not know what to do, and decided she wanted to go swimming. After a while, Jana decided to listen to her mother's actor. Jana went into her room and found... Good job. That was a very good job. Story 3, Rack 3.10. Ready? You can start. Anna did not like to sleep in his room. He was afraid of monsters under his bed. Andrew had never seen the monster, but he knew it was there. He heard it crouch around under his bed when he left was over his pictures. When the lights went off, he pushed on with the monster. Looked like it had big eyes and two big teeth. That streak was of the month. One night, Andrew decided to get ready. Stop. Good job.
So how did you do? Once you post your scores for passages 3.9 and 3.10, I'll email you copies of the correctly scored probes so you may compare your work. We won't complete closed maze or questioning probes, but you should be aware of what they are and what information they provide. In the next section, you'll complete CBM writing probes.